Hey y'all, my name is Gena and I'm the creative here on YouTube behind Daydream. Welcome if you're new, and thank you for coming back if you have been here and you are a subscriber. Appreciate y'all. We're jumping into Truth Camp week 3 and 4. Yes, those were number signs. I wasn't throwing up any other sign. And I'm going to be talking about what I've learned a little bit as well as the creative side. So let's jump in here to my Discbound Planner where I'm keeping my devotionals and my notes, and let's get started on week 3, which focuses in on Spirit and Truth, John 4, 1 through 42. I absolutely love chapter 4. I especially love this interaction that Jesus has with the Samaritan woman at the well. We always hear about the woman at the well, and it's so important because not only was Jesus not no men were supposed to be talking to women that weren't their wives back then, and Jews weren't supposed to be talking to Samaritans, and Jesus has this incredible interaction with this woman, and basically his interaction with her tells her that, one, he's the Messiah, and two, her short little testimony of not really knowing too much, but just going back to her city and telling them that I just met a man and he told me everything I ever did, made believers out of the Samaritans and connected the Jews and the Samaritans here. And it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. And this also goes into living water and what the relationship is there with Jesus, living water, and the Holy Spirit. And I have a massive story to share about that, so that will be in another video. But now I'm just showing you inside my creative little book. This is a little journal I made. If you follow me on Instagram, I did a little reel with these florals. I really love how it turned out. These were florals that Shauna Noel had designed, and I will link them below so you can get them from the Illustrated Face Shop. And then the little jar at the bottom was a Brianna Showalter jar from 100 Days of Looking Up, and I cut them all out and I made them into this little bouquet of flowers to open up week 3 in my creative journal. So I love it. Here I'm just sharing that I take the devotional, I print it on clear Mako sticker paper, and I also put it in here. There are no notes on the written part of the devotional here, as I do that separately. This is so if someone picks this up, they can get an idea of what I was doing and they can read everything without my notes. And then also, I have my own little notes underneath. So if it's read and say I want to come back to it, I can read it without my notes and I can get another view of it. So I also added in some verses that Taylor referred to us there. That's in the toolbox for Truth Camp Truth Camp Session 1. And here's my page dedicated to living water. I'm telling you, I have a powerful story. I cannot wait to tell you. But what I did here was I just took paint, 3 or 4 different colors of blue paint, and I swiped them on there with a credit card, an old credit card, and then I also used a paintbrush. I took a white gel pen and wrote over it, which worked out beautifully, and then I just wrote out living water. So that's just a recap of the creative side. I still have things that I put in here, like my big focal points and things that I want to have referred to, but my main notes reside in this Discbound planner. And right now I just have the notes in there. When this study is done or when I'm completed with it, I will come back in and tie everything together. I'll highlight, and I probably will film that just to show you all how I take my notes and how I separate everything out. So here I'm just referring to my Bible, just to give you an idea of, hey, yep, I do study. I think that a lot of people that create on Instagram, especially in the Bible journaling world, people don't think we study. That's not true. I mean, some of it is true. There's definitely a time where I would just pick a verse from a Bible and, make a page, but now I actually study. It's very important to me and I love it. I have this great connection with my faith and with God right now, and the more I'm in my Bible and the more I study, the more I know. Hence this story about living water that Taylor really put on my heart about how Jesus met the Samaritan woman at the well and how she refers back to history and how John talks a lot about, like, he refers back to the history and the prophecies and how a lot of important people met, like, their wives at the well, and what the meaning of, like, water is. And after I listened to her and I took my notes and stuff, I really jumped into water, like diving into water and the meaning it has had in my life. And that's how I tell you, I witnessed a miracle. Like, if my husband would not have been around to capture, like, to also see it, I would have thought I was nuts, because it's just crazy. But I'm telling you, the more you dig into the Bible and the more you just open your heart to Jesus, he is gonna plant stuff in you that is just incredible. It's so incredible, y'all. I'm 51. I'll be 51 years old this year, and I'm really comprehending how big our God is and what he can do. So do not think that you're ever too late to coming to Christianity or learning. There's always something to learn, and I wish I could, like, reach through the screen and, like, hug y'all and just say you are loved. But okay, let me get off that. I could talk about that all day, but here I'm back to living water. I'm sure I'm just like, I just have so much to say about this, but we're going to go on because I want to get 2 weeks in here. But just aside from, like, what living water is, just on the artistic side, you could just do a page like that anywhere. Just take paint and get a white gel pen and write over it. And it looks really cool. I really liked it a lot. So now let's jump into week 4, y'all. Okay, so for week 4, we jump into John 8, and that is only because Taylor's only one person. She only had 8 weeks, and she couldn't dive into every single chapter in John. But if you're going through this, definitely read every single chapter. It's so worth it, because now, in between, like, this time in 8, Jesus starts performing his miracles, and it's incredible. He feeds the 5,000, he starts healing people, and walks on water. So definitely dig into those parts. It's not a very long read, and it's got some of the most important parts, just of who Jesus is. And again, I would just encourage you, like, definitely read the whole book of John while you're doing this. Okay, so week 4, we are jumping into free in truth, and Taylor writes at the bottom of this devotional, if you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Boom. Okay, artistic wise, in my journal here, I took some Tamaricilia florals, put them on clear sticker paper on the back, and then I made a little cluster and lifted it up. I also wrote around this so that could be seen, and then if you lift it up, I will put a prayer in there. I kept that off until I filmed because I didn't want to share that. And here, again, got the devotional down, and I took one of these, I think it's at my Redeemed Soul, Lauren's cards. It just says, show me how to love others the way you have loved me. It's John 13, 34 through 35. So as you can see up there, I wrote out the verse, and then I have just her card there, and I taped it down with a little washi. I put some Brianna Showalter florals behind it, and again, a little bit of tape. So, not tape, paint, a little bit of yellow paint. And then over here on the right, just some more digitals, and I've been using washi tape. Jill Drankschult's been using some washi tape, and making it really cool with layering, and I kind of wanted to jump in that too. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts. I was really unsure about this, but I took the bag apart that the devotional came in, and I laid it out on this page, and this little girl's one of Taylor's girls that came in her Truth Camp 1 digital release, and I put her on there, and then I wrote out stay curious. My prayer is behind that. That way it's got a little bit of, something that you can open up and look at. And then on the back of this, I wrote never stop asking questions. And I think this is just one of the best things that Taylor teaches us is, one, you have to always be curious. Like, we should never not be curious, and we should never stop asking questions. I think that faith is sometimes perceived like you need to know it all, and that's how I felt. I was very, like, ashamed that I didn't know that much, but here's the thing is, like, once we start asking questions, God will answer. So never stop asking questions. Now we are jumping into session 2, and as you can see, this is pretty much half my book, which I didn't really plan this out, but perfect. I love this little book. If you open up to this page, it's kind of like a bulletin board-esque type of feel. It's got the statements of big things that happen in the next 4 devotionals, and the next 4 devotionals, Taylor focuses in on the road to the cross, and powerful stuff. Make sure you read the in-between and everything that you can. There's just so much information. Here I'm just showing you those little stamps that say context, theme, observation, application. I will follow Jesus. That was a stamp that Taylor put out, I want to say with Word Nerd. I'm going to request that. Illustrated Faith will put that back into the shop. And all the little cutie critters are from Taylor's set for July, which is called Truth Trails. I just love her stuff. And then that's little Taylor driving the Jeep. Not that she's little. She's a mom of 5 people, of 5 kiddos. She's amazing. So make sure you're following Taylor over on Instagram. She tells a very special story about how she was going out in the Jeep and God spoke to her in this way. And if you heard my dog in the background, I apologize. Okay, y'all. I will see you soon. I'm going to be doing weeks 5 through 8, and I have a lot more videos coming. I'm super excited. So thank you for being here. Thank you if you stick it out to the end. And if you do, if you have wanted to pick up anything that I've shared in my video that's on Amazon, I'm going to link it below because I think I can become a affiliate, which would be super cool. So thank you all for watching. Know that you're loved, and God bless each and every single one of you.